Hello guys, this video is going to show you how to use our dimming module. Now let me use this 4-channel 3A leading edge dimmer as an example. Now let me select it and add to my project. OK. And click here to enter the setting page of this dimmer. Now let's go to take a look at the options in the channel setting. The channel name here is to set a name for each channel. And for this building is to select the real position of this channel. And this channel zone is to make a zone for create light sink. And this is for the steps of the light sequence are all coming from the light sink. And this is the function type of the channels. This is lighting. If you want it to be control the brightness of the light, then you can select lighting. And if you just want to control the on and off of the load, then you can select switching. And this is to set the lowest brightness and the highest brightness. If you set lowest brightness as 20, when you set the brightness of this channel to be 10, then the brightness will be 20 because the lowest is 20. So when you dim the light to be lower than 20%, then the brightness will only be 20. So that is the lowest brightness. And this is the highest brightness. If you put it to be 80, then when you dim the light to be 100%, the brightness of the light will only be 80%. Okay, so this is to set the lowest and the highest brightness. In normal situation, we leave 0 for the lowest brightness and 100% for the highest brightness. And the max dimming and the mini dimming is the same like the lowest brightness and the highest brightness. And the dimming curve is the profile of the dimming. So for example, if you dim from it is like a profile. For example, you dim from 100% to 80%. The light will change a great much. And then when you select curve number 2, the light from 100% to 80%, you will find there is no difference between 100% to 80%. Then when you dim the light, you find when you dim it from 100% to 80%, but there is no big difference, then you can change the dimming curve to make it have the difference, so you can know which is which. This is the dimming profile. And this is the dimming type. You can select trailing edge or leading edge. And this is the temperature of the load. This test button is to test the light, so you can know if it can turn on and turn off normally. So this is the test button. Now let me make some remark for it. For example, this is my dimming channel 1, dimming channel 2, 4, and dimming channel 3. And now, for example, dimming channel 1 and 2 belongs to my living room. And this belongs to my bedroom. And then, when you click Save and upload to our the mobile app moduleApril, it will appear in the living room. The channel will appear in the living room and bedroom. And if you want to create a scene, then you must create a zone here. So you can see this dimming module is serving 2 rooms. One is living room and the other is the bedroom. So for example, if you want to use one button to control channel 1 and channel 2 together, then you can create a scene. You have to divide them into the same zone. Now let's do it. Okay, for example, zone 1 is living room. And zone 2 is bedroom. And now let's select living room and add channel to it. Select bedroom and add channel to it. Okay, and then click Save. Okay, now it is saved successfully. Then we can create light scene now. As we have talked in the relay module, scene number 1 in each zone is always by default all off. Okay, this is all off by default. And this is the dimmer. So you can see I cannot change the brightness. And now this is scene 1 for the dimmer, scene 1. Dimmer. And for example, I wanted the channel 1 to be 100%, channel 2 to be 50%. So the difference between the dimmer and the relay is that you can set the brightness of each channel, but the relay can only set on and off. And then we can create scene number 2. Okay, I want all of them to be 100%. And scene number 3. I want it to be 30% and 70%. And now let's click Save. Then we can go to create a light scene. And before we go to create the light scene, we can click the test button to test the light. Now let me test it. Test scene number 1. Okay, now it's all on now. And one is 100% and another is 50%. Let's test the scene number 2 and scene number 3. You can see the brightness have been changed. And now test the default all-off scene. Okay. Okay, click Save. After it has been saved successfully, we can create light sequence. Okay, now we can go to the light sequence. So for example, sequence number 1. And select forward. The step, for example, I just want 6 steps. And now I can set it one by one. And then set the running time. So now we have successfully created a sequence for the dimming module. Okay, then we can use a panel to control them. Now let me use our DLP panel to control them one by one. And let me tell you the difference between the relay module and the dimmer module. Okay, now let me go to the DLP panel. Let's use page 3. So for the relay, we can only control on and off of it. But for the dimmer, for example, this control dimming channel 1, when we select single on and off, and add the target. For example, lighting, dimming 1, add function on, and then click Save. So for now, this panel can control the on and off of the channel. But when we go to the button attribute, when we check this dimming box and then click Save, when we long press page 3 button number 1, we can dim up and dim down the light. So that's the difference between the relay and dimmer module. But pay attention, when you control a single channel and select single on and off, and go to button attribute to check this dimming function, then you can dim up and dim down. But for example, you just want it to be dim up, then you can select single on. If you want it to be only to dim down, then you can select single off. If you want it to be able to long press the button to dim up and dim down the channel, then you can select single on and off. Okay, and if you want to use button 2 to control scene number 1 of the dimmer, and it's the same, you can select single on. Because I just want to control scene number 1, then I select single on and then add the light scene. Scene number 1, click add. Okay, and if we also want to control the light sequence, and select single on. Or if you wanted to turn on and turn off it, you can select single on and off, and then click save. After add the targets. Sequence number 1. Okay, as I didn't make the remark, so the dimmer is 513. Okay, 5 and 13. The subnet ID is 5 and 13. Dimmer 513. Okay, select it and add function on. Okay, click save. So that's the way to use our panel to control the light channel, light scene, and the light sequence of the dimmer. And also, we have to make a remark for the buttons. Only after we make the remarks, they will appear in the button screen. Okay, let's do it. Click Tool and select Panel Image. And now we need to make remark for page 3 and select the size first, the button size. And now this is dim channel 1 and scene number 1 dim. Too big. Scene number 1 dim. Clear. Let me clear all and remake it. Dim 1 and see dim. And the sequence. Sequence 1 dim. Okay, when we make it, and then drag this to the bottom. And as it have 2 status, we can click inverse. Drag it to. Okay, we have finished making it, and then click save. It will be uploaded to the panel. Okay, now it has been uploaded successfully, then the panel can be able to control this and have remarks.